Okay, I actually left for real this time, and on my way home, I had two thoughts. Well, three thoughts. The first is this is the first thing you see when you leave the red light district, and I'm pretty sure there's a reason for that because it's a giant fucking phallic symbol, phallus. The second was so I went back for, I didn't just look at the side street. I walked around like 10 more minutes, and it reminded me as I was leaving, because I saw this like beautiful blonde British girl or something with her boyfriend, and my brain was in this like coomer porn prostitutes mode, I guess. And I remembered the reason, that a huge reason that I don't like this thing. And I had the same feeling when I was in Colombia and I went to Parque Jarras, which is, it just like ruins your ability to see regular women as like not fuck dolls to be like bought and came inside of. And I do not like that. I think that's like, I mean, it would be amazing to be able to just like fuck Teds at will, even though I assume the sex is not even that great. This is a beautiful statue. Gorgeous. I assume the sex is not that great, but like it's not really worth losing out on that, like the ability to actually connect with human being. Did I say that I assume the sex is not amazing? I don't remember what I said, if it's amazing or not. I assume it's not that good. But yeah, it's not worth losing your ability to connect with regular human females, women's, on like a level of just, on a romantic and spiritual and psychic level. So that's a big no. The second thought I had, and I may write a newsletter posting about this, is sort of about like the different dynamics of marketplaces. The different dynamics of marketplace. I'm going to post all this tomorrow before the crypto meetup, because I already edited and uploaded the other video. So before the Bitcoin conference. So it's going to fit the theme, but sort of the dynamics of different marketplaces, right? Because why? As I was walking around, I saw a lot of men trying to negotiate the pricing with these women. And it seems like the vast majority of them were, everyone I heard at least was saying it was 100 euros. And I heard men try to negotiate several times and they all got met with a no. No, I don't think this is a unionized job. I don't think that, they have monthly dues. I don't think that they have a trade publication. I don't think they have weekly or monthly or quarterly meetings. I don't think that they have coordinated action from the top down, right? So they're not like engaged. I would assume it's possible this is like regulated in the law, but I don't think they're engaged in price collusion. They're not a cartel. They're independent vendors offering a service or a product, depending on how you look at it, to the market. And yet they seem to consistently all be at around 100. Now, why is that? Because while they are all beautiful, in honesty, yeah, they really are all beautiful. Really, like, there was one woman that maybe should not have been there that was 60, but even she was like a beautiful 60-year-old. So, I got distracted by another beautiful girl. So, it's not a sex worker. So price collusion, right? So like, how do they arrive at this price? I'm not really sure the price discovery mechanism. What I think is interesting is that just like absolutely none of them refuse to negotiate down, and even there were various degrees of niceness about it. The one that gave me this thought was a guy, some dude was like, you make nice price for me, and the girl was like, no thank you, and just slammed it on him. I was like, okay, this seems to be a hard and fast thing. Now, this is essentially like a commoditized market, right? So it's first of all, it's like restricted, it's fixed, it's a closed market. You essentially have to be licensed in some capacity, I'm assuming, in order to actually be there. Like, you can't just install your own red light booth. So there's some restriction in the supply, on the supply side. It's a seller's market. There's far more men walking around in a given night looking to fuck. It's basically all men on the planet. And the amount of women willing to sell is significantly lower. So you have a high demand, you have a barrier to entry, and you have a standardized distribution. I mean, for lack of a better word, right? You have standardized distribution and like transaction and a transaction model, a standardized transaction model. So all of this like leads to an outcome of a more or less, fungible exchange. What do I mean by that? Like the actual, like a man goes to one woman. I mean, I think the woman, obviously they can respond. They can refuse to engage with the given man. But if she asks for like an absurd price, let's say a woman asks for 300 and all the other girls ask for 100, well, he'll just go next door over because it's like in the same geographic location. And there is no real value distinction, in terms of, again, another beautiful view. There is no real value distinction in terms of, like, one woman is not 10 times more beautiful than the other, so she cannot charge 1,000 euros. All the rest of her friends charge 100 euros. What's interesting is if you took that same supply of women, put them on an online marketplace, let's not get any ideas here. Put them on an online marketplace without, again, they're all sort of like the same dynamic, right? What would happen is, of course, the most beautiful women would get essentially the vast majority of solicitations and offers. And again, they're all beautiful, but like the most beautiful, the most attractive to the largest range of men. And then, assuming, again, it's literally the exact same like population of sellers and some sort of review mechanism potentially, but otherwise there's not much distinction. Would there have to be distinction? I'm not sure. I think there would have to be distinction, maybe. I mean, this is essentially OnlyFans, right? So there would have to be some level of distinction in terms of like marketing and customer service or customer experience on the platform. But if you bring those things into place, because that like fungibility no longer exists, even though I can go and like find another girl, right? But like there's going to be so many people on the platform that the girls that get the most attention will be able to essentially charge like inordinate prices. Again, unless there's some sort of price collusion or price fixing, which there would be zero incentive for there to be, because now they're like not in a shared marketplace, and they're not able to individually restrict each other either through like regulatory pressure, social pressure, or sort of the direct market dynamics. Because here's the other thing, right? Like some guy's at home and wants to like order the service with a given woman, and like if he really wants this woman, he's willing to pay 25 euros more or 50 euros more than for the next girl over. And the women that get the most requests, the most demand, they're able to sort of like command that price in the market. And so you just slowly see that distinction. And I think anyway, like the core point of all of this is just to see how, for the same service or good being sold, presenting and providing it in a digitized or in a digital marketplace just inherently leads to like price asymmetries, and this like power law emerges, this power law distribution emerges, and that's the same thing that you see on OnlyFans, where some girls make $36 million a year, or however much, I think it was Cardi B, I don't remember, some rapper chick made in like 2020 or 2021, and then there's a long tail effect, and most of them make nothing. That's what goes on with Tinder. That's what goes on with just the economy at large. So food for thought for your mind and for your, for your head and for your other head.